my scrappy friends, and a big welcome to my YouTube channel again today. It's Melinda Sweetman here with you for Tracy Reed Designs, and today I'm playing along with the Sketchy Sunday. This is sketch number 35. I showed you that right at the beginning. I also showed you the cut file that I was working with, which is of course a cut to you cut file. I am playing with the absolutely gorgeous Sun Kissed collection, and I had a really difficult time photographing this cardstock. It is actually Tutu Pink by Basil. I love it. It is a beautiful colour. It's a beautiful soft pink. Works beautifully with this collection. And so I will tell you right off the bat, it is pink. It is a light pink. It matches almost perfectly to that pink rainbow pattern that's in my scallops on the right hand side there. But what I am doing here, I was going to just wing it. I was just going to stick my scallops down, but I decided that I really wanted them to line up properly. So I have measured 1/4 inch from the top and the bottom, and then I have measured 1 inch from that 1/4 inch line. So you can see I can layer these babies up like this. I know they're going to be straight. At this point I realized that because my borders are not quite 12 inches, that they were not going to be centered if I didn't mark where that was. So again, I think I'm measuring 1/4 inch in, or maybe even an 1/8 of an inch in on both sides, and then I can line my borders up exactly with those as well. I'm just using a little bit of my ATG to tack these into place, because I am going to add the stitching. I'm fighting with my ATG at the moment. Now, it's really hard to see this with my big head in the way, but that pattern there that I've just stuck down has actually got rainbows on it. I do make a point of showing you in just a second that I have backed these cut files so that the rainbows are up the right way, whether the scallop is going up or going down. I have, as I said, I've added my stitching. I've gone orange thread with the orange border. I've gone blue thread with the floral, and then I've gone the pink thread with the pink border, and I really like the way that looks. Here I am showing you, so that's up the right way, and it's now upside down, but you can't see that. So I was just showing you again. This, just if you are going to do this same kind of thing, make sure if you are using a pattern that is directional, that if you want the pattern going the right way, both sides, make sure you flip it so that it's going the right way when it's stuck down. I wanted to not have these stuck flat to the page, which is, so what I did, I stuck each of the borders down. I tacked it down, and then I sewed it, and then I tacked the next one down, and then I sewed that on. So I did that with all 6 of them. I did do the pink, and then I did the floral, and then the floral, so that I wasn't taking 14 times longer than I needed to. So I have got these clear stickers from when I originally printed this collection. I have got that big mixed media one. Maybe I've already skipped past it, but I did stick that down in the wrong place, and I used my Yoo-Hoo undo to take it off, which I was so grateful I could do, because it really was not in the right place, and I didn't want to waste my sticker. The beautiful thing about that stuff is once the wetness dries up, so once it's unstuck, your glue becomes adhesive again. This stuff is magic. I recommend it for everything. I often cut out the parts of me using that, but I thought I would leave it in so you could see how incredible that stuff is. My photo is of, so that is my feet right in the foreground, and on the right hand side there's a person you can see standing up. That is my eldest, and then the one closest to him but still like on the other side is my youngest child. We are so lucky where we live. It is beautiful. We are 15 minutes from the beach. We get to spend summers here. It's so good. You know, after school we can head down and spend a couple of hours on the beach, get some sun, some fresh air. So this is one of our favourite things to do. And I snapped this photo. I think this one was from last year. I think almost just over a year, like literally just over a year ago. And I just wanted to, when I saw this photo, when I was flipping through my photos to decide which one to use for this sketch, I was like, yes, I'm going to use this photo because I can use the Sunkiss collection. It's going to look beautiful in the scallop borders. And my brain just went, yes, this is what I'm using. I have gone around my photo with stitching as well, and I've used the 3 colours. I started with the darkest colour first, so I think I did the blue first, then the orange, and I actually went around with the pink twice because that pink is super, super light, but it is exactly the colour that I wanted. I wanted to add a couple of layers behind my photo. I have mostly got the 4x6 pattern cards and 3x4 pattern cards. I've also got the Traveller's Notebook signatures here. So I've used 4x6 cards and cut them down strategically to place behind my photo. This is one of the Traveller's Notebook signatures. I really like the colour and the pattern on it, but I also really like that label, so I just cut that straight out of the centre. No one will ever know. And I have an extra embellishment for next time I use this collection. I'm just ruffling up the corners of those. What I've got here is obviously my title. This is one of the stamps from the collection. I have imported that into I think it's the PNG, into Silhouette Studio, and then the pattern that I wanted to use, I dragged that in and dumped that straight on top of the stamp, and so then that pattern just filled that stamp, and it is the same pink that I've used in that pink border with the rainbows. And then I've actually cut one with the colour, and then I cut 3 plain cardstock ones, and then I have done an offset, and into one of those offset ones I've dumped it's like an aquary bluey colour with little love hearts, and then cut 3 of those from plain white cardstock as well. So that is like literally 6 layers of cardstock. And then I've just stuck that down. On the right hand side where it is going off the photo, I have put an extra couple of layers of foam or something. I can't remember exactly what I used. And then I'm just going to add a few little embellishments. This page doesn't need much. I'm going to use these Monstera leaves. I think they're beautiful. I'm not a plant person at all. Absolutely not. There is something spectacular about Monstera leaves. I almost bought myself one. I got my best friend a plant for Christmas, but I got myself a matching one so that we could be twinsies. And yes, I did look at the Monsteras. I think they're just beautiful, but I didn't know if she loved them, so I didn't get them. But I do love them. I used those 2 underneath my title there. Then I saw this little yellow bikini. I was like, yes, I'm going to add that. There is like 3 places of embellishment on the sketch, which I kind of stick to, but I kind of don't as well. I do stick fairly closely to the sketch, but I really love the way this layout came out. I did, however, not record my whole process. I ended up doing some fussing around, and while I was doing that, I was like, turn the camera off because no one wants to watch this. And then as I turned it off, I was like, you shouldn't turn this off because you'll forget to turn it back on. I forgot to turn it back on. So you do miss me adding a couple of finishing touches, which is there's a label to the bottom right. There's a little tab there at the moment with the rainbow stripes, which I take off, and I put an orange label there with my journaling, and then I put a yellow label to the top left of the photo with the date. And I add some enamel dots and some gold splatters, and I think that's all that you miss. So you can see I'm moving that bikini up the top. I really like how it's sitting here. And I've got Perfect Day up the top. Now, I wasn't drinking on the beach, but I was like, I wish I was drinking, so I'm sure that still applies. So I've got one of these fun little cocktails, and what does it say? Remember? I'm just going to stick that one on kind of the same scallop as what I've got on the top left. So I've got top left to bottom right on that. It's quite a obvious diagonal, and here is where it cuts out, I think. No, it's not. So this is where I changed it over, and I did leave this in intentionally. This is me using the undo stuff as well. See that? That was on sticker paper, and it just, whee, off it came. Brilliant. And what am I doing here? So yeah, I'm going to, so that orange label ends up down the bottom right, the yellow one ends up the top left, and that calls my page done. I really, really love the way this turned out. I love this collection. It's so super fun, so super summer. We are in the midst of summer still here. It's February and it's still hot. It's the hottest month of the year here for us. So yeah, in fact, I think I might plan a trip down to the beach after school tomorrow. But anyway, thank you ever so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. If you have any questions, please make sure you drop them below. Make sure you head over and check out Tracy Reed's blog for all of the other takes on this sketch. And as always, thank you so, so much for choosing to spend your scrappy time with me. I shall see you in my next scrappy video.